Good evening. Good evening. Oh. 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 Just realized I forgot to close my door, which I usually do just for sound reasons. One. I could have just kept it on the start screen, but you could just watch me get up instead. I honestly don't know how helpful it is because I don't close my window, which is right here. So, I don't know. All I know is when that door's open, I hear everything. But with the window open, I don't quite hear everything. Like, I can still I can hear people talking, but I don't know what they're saying. It's quiet enough that it's muffled enough that I just don't know. So, I tend to keep it closed just for, you know, politeness, attempted politeness. But yeah. 3 streams till Horizon Zero Dawn. Yes and no. I will finish this before starting Horizon Zero Dawn, even if I'm a little late to the party. Which, if I was gonna, like, game Twitch metrics, it's probably better for me to wait a few days anyway. Because then, like, anyone who doesn't get their Horizons out by the time, like, their main people finish the game, then here I am, still playing it, so. As usual, I've forgotten where we were, what was happening, who I was investigating. Flowers. I'm just not gonna... I thought I would go to Flower Girl in Whitechapel. I'm just never gonna figure that out. I have 0 investigations, so... Right, I remember now. It was just, like, we're, like, chasing... I was over here, and we're chasing somebody. So let's just go back here. Yeah, I did mention it before. But it is true. 3 streams till, Wait, what's the run button? Why am I not... Oh, I was holding that down. It just like wouldn't start running. But I intended to start early today because I was like, I'm gonna do a long stream Sunday and Monday, but I got waylaid by Warframe.
You're surprising.
I also don't remember controls. Suppose it doesn't matter that much. Which ultimate do I have on? Even if it doesn't do damage, it keeps him out of the fight for a hot second.
It's done for him. We cannot fear no evil.
I was about to fucking blood spear him too. To, like, interrupt his ass. Damn it! I can't even, like, I can't do anything. I can't even, like, shoot my shotgun or anything. I'm never gonna stun him, so I may as well just stick with my blood draining thing. That actually did a lot of damage. Alright, the memory's flowing back for me. It would be terrible if I was playing this game mouse and keyboard, because I've been playing Warframe nonstop for the last 2 days. So when I start trying to, like, spin, dash, wall jump, do crazy power shit. Fling. I don't know how many hours into this game I am. I remember coming this way, like, in the opposite direction. Randomly. I didn't really keep track. Hold on. Can I just tap the Steam? 16 hours. Alright. Steam says 16. Imagine we're halfway to 2/3 through the story.
I won't let you escape.
What if a vampire could close its eyes and be immune to that? Because I would only know if a cross is being presented.
You're very fast, but I'll catch you.
That's a good question. Is it all in the mind? Because was it Ashbury? She's like, I don't give a fuck. I think it was Ashbury. She's like, why would you be afraid of a cross?
They've all been butchered.
It could be a product of the mind.
I can still sense a presence.
This way? Wait. Okay. Yeah, it's up at my mom's grave. Or no, no, my sister's grave.
Come to me.
In the name of Christ, someone help me! You! What have you done?
He's the guy I confessed to, right?
Larrabee, what happened?
Demon! Hell scourge! Son of perdition!
Vicar. Jonathan is no demon. He's just a loving son, returned from the dead. Like your Christ, Vicar.
Mary, it has been you all along.
Wait, who?
Oh, it's me, all right. Precious brother.
Oh.
Why did you lure me here?
I'm gathering the family. For a final reunion. All smiling, all dead. Thanks
Wait,
to
she
the
didn't
good
drink my
Dr.
blood.
Reed.
Mary,
Mother, say hello to your son.
Hello, Jonathan.
Mother,
What do we have here, Mother? The prodigal son has lost his tongue. Our Jonathan always had the first and last word at dinner. The entertainer, the star of our show.
Mary, let me explain.
Shut up. It's my turn to do the talking. I have this nasty hole in my chest, Johnny. It needs to breathe.
Right then, speak.
My prayers went so long without an answer. My husband killed in France. My child carried away by the flu. My brother promising to return in his letters, then disappearing in thin air. I went from hospital to hospital, cemetery to cemetery, grave to grave. I've lifted every stone in London, searching for an end to the nightmare. And there you were, in front of me, on a dark pier.
It was the hunger. You know it now as well.
The joy to have finally found you. I longed for your arms, a final happy ending to so much tragedy, to tell me all would be well again. As you did when we were children. It was this filthy dock where you greeted your sister. I dug a tunnel from my grave with my fingers and teeth.
Mary, I had taken your life before I realized it was you. I tried to kill myself.
I wonder when their
failed
mom's
in
gonna
your
just
attempt.
pipe
We
into the
cannot die,
conversation.
can we? We are a plague. I've watched you, Jonathan. You pull the strings and sever them.
I've done what I had to do. I did not choose this fate.
I wonder if she would be saying different things if I hadn't embraced anybody. If everyone was alive still.
But I will have my answers.
Ugh. There are no answers, Doctor. There's nothing left but pain and lies and treachery.
Mary, wait!
Time to go, Mother. Give my regards to my son.
No!
Oh. I was hoping she would speak up at some point, but alright, never mind.
This is what I do to those I cherish. Can you imagine what I've in mind for you?
I'll destroy you!
Finally, we hear the truth. Dr. Reed, admit it. You're a monster who takes joy in killing, who relishes the chase, the secrecy of it all.
I'm still a scientist. I shall find a cure for this madness.
You lie to yourself. Confess your sins.
Over the slaughtered corpse of our mother!
The voice acting in this game is really
Are
good.
those tears, brother dear? Your heart still bleeds with emotion. My dead heart has dried.
You are mad.
Oh, so that's what I am, Doctor. Mad? I was beginning to wonder. I've been hearing voices, one in particular. That of my dead brother. This is the reason I must kill you. Not for your betrayal. Not for our poisonous kiss. Not even for the lies you tell yourself. No. It's so that smooth and wicked voice will stop ringing in my head.
I cannot let you kill again, Mary.
Time to die, brother. And this time for good.
Oh shit!
Slayer.
I didn't see this coming. I was originally thinking it'd be some sort of like Lady Ashbury, Jekyll and Hyde thing. Nice. Actually hit.
What have you done? You killed me, brother.
I'll do it again, apparently. We bleed. Alright, I'm probably not gonna stun her again. What the fuck? Oh, that just straight up killed me. You need the priest? I wasn't sure if that was on the priest or if there was like a rat over there. I think she just did an explosion thing that killed me. That's all.
You killed me, brother.
Oh, you can't just eat him. Okay.
What have you done?
Was that a stamina?
Kinslayer!
Ow. Alright, I'm just backing the hell up.
Rest in
Oh,
peace.
I thought she was doing the explosion thing. Okay, I can't dash while trying to reload. Something I need to, like, bear in mind. Don't forget my items,
left
yeah.
me to rot in this grave.
Yeah, now's a good time to use my serum at least.
You've burned away Nurse Crane's mind. You're a monster.
Ooh.
Abomination.
Okay, she's just
Come
puking.
to me, Jonathan. Give me your blood, priest.
No, I should have eaten him. Fuck, okay. He dies no matter
Final
what.
thoughts are just to die for.
That first hit that she does, like, it has
Kinslayer.
way more reach than I think it will.
Kiss me again, sweet.
Oh. Well. And my parry doesn't seem to work either.
Assassin!
This is hard.
What have you done? You left me to rot in this grave.
Okay. I didn't think that would hit me. I should have eaten the fucking priest. If I die again, I'm eating the priest.
Kiss me.
Was that the... Oh, okay, no, that's puke.
Rest in peace.
Alright, I'm doing good this time around. Kinda sad she got to eat the priest and not me. It's hard to tell which one, whether she's gonna explode or do the,
Just as you did to Sean
do
Hampton.
the puke. What about Sean Hampton?
Me, Jonathan.
Nah, she dodged it. Oh. That first lunge, like, she can really get, she gets a lot of reach on that. Kill her. I could probably kill her fast enough to save him. Probably. I wouldn't be surprised.
Rest in peace, monster.
Got her.
Well, brother, it's time to bring this conversation to an end. Forever.
You know I will not play this game.
Calm now, Doctor. Like a rabid dog. Or think you're performing an autopsy.
Don't be ridiculous.
I'll kill them all. The kind Dr. Swansea. The sweet little lass with hair of red. I am the Harbinger, bringing your punishment.
Mary.
Don't you see? This is not me. Flesh that never ages. nightmare, no dream. Bring it to a close. Let me sleep.
I will find a cure, Mary. I swear it.
At last, I can forgive you.
Didn't we read a thing in the specific vampire lore in this where like stakes don't actually kill? They just kind of like paralyze. Do I have control? I do have control. Kinda. Because that's a thing in some older vampire lores where wooden stakes don't actually kill a vampire, they just kind of paralyze them in place. You need like an actual holy relic or sunlight. You have to like kill them twice, technically. I swear I saw like one of those random lore pieces where it's like, oh, don't think a stake will save you, because it won't. Maybe I'm wrong. Well, I got an achievement for killing my sister again. We did it twice. Hail Mary.
Blood. As I shed one last red tear for my fallen sister, I realize the entire world now revolves around this singular word. The epidemic that has stricken London is not the Spanish flu. It is transmitted through the blood, via violent biting, turning survivors into frenzied immortals. I am Dr. Jonathan Reed. I am a vampire, born anew into an age of death and pestilence. While plotting factions close in around me, I am sworn to find the source of this epidemic. I am convinced greater perils are still to come. I know the answers I seek are hiding in our blood.
All right then. Is this a letter or my thing? Oh, it's a letter. I hope this letter will quickly find you, for I need to speak to you as soon as possible. The situation is evolving very quickly in the West End, and I'm convinced we are all now in great danger. The Guard of Prewin has launched a great hunt in London. For a few nights, they have been actively searching and killing any Econ they can locate. Lord Redgrave, chairman of the Ascalon Club, recently contacted me. He wishes to meet you immediately. Please come to my mansion any night that suits you. We must discuss all of this. With this letter, you'll find an official pass that will allow you to go through any barricade or quarantine checkpoint through the city. I didn't even know that was a thing. Maybe that was blocking off the West End. I just never tried. It's weird how Ashbury was like, I have no connection to the politics of vampires. I stay away from all that. And she's like, oh yeah, the leader of the Ascalon Club contacted me. You want to come? It's a little it's a little surprising. Let's see if there's anyone I want to eat. There's a few people I'd be down for eating, but they're all level 4 and I'm level 3 still. I feel like I know fuck all about these two. I should probably leave this district alone. It is critical. Wait, who was Richard Nethercott? Was he the artist, writer behind the church? I think that's who he was. Still two people I just never met. I mean, I could. For some reason, I like Harvey, so I'm not eating him. Not eating lover boys. I mean, I don't really care either way for these two. I don't really care either way for these two either. Clay is almost not even worth it at this point. I don't even really need the experience. Like, I do just fine. I thought I saw another shiny. Alright, so I'm supposed to go there. Alright. I mean, there's not much left. There's this area, which we did a little bit of. But, like, we did this side. Like, there's this area, then this area, and all up here. And I got a bunch of... Oh, it's my mother. Oh, my father is still alive okay. So really, like, I think we're about to meet all of these people. That's what's gonna happen. How much money do I have? That's not what I wanted. 524. Milton here.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
Alright, I can't, like, ask anything new.
I'd like...
Wise
What you got? What you got? Ooh, it's got some blue shit. Just gonna buy both. Is that clay?
Hey, Doc.
Oh, it is.
I'll leave you.
It's tempting just to eat clay for no reason other than to eat somebody. It's tempting.
You must prepare, child, for the earth is bleeding and the harvest is upon us.
Stay away! Whoever you are!
This is no time for petty quarrels, my champion. Can you not hear? The famished queen has awoken.
I insist you be quiet!
Son, do you not see?
I think there wasn't much of a choice there.
You are the healing balm.
I had to kill Mary!
I have known your pain, child.
I wonder if he's my
Do
father.
not succumb to.
Both mortal and immortal.
Silence! I dismiss you now!
The land calls for a champion. All and everyone needs you.
Silence! I'm tired of all these puppet shows.
He was well dressed. He had like the silhouette of like a suit and stuff. So if anything, he lives in the West End. I knew those were breakable. They were too bright not to be. Oh, I should have made serums and shit. Remind me the next time I'm near a workbench. Although I do have others. have been here before.
They want war. I'll show them war.
Whatever this poor woman did, nobody deserves this kind of punishment.
Schling. What the fuck? Why are you attacking me? Oh, I hit him. It's fine. Stop it! Easy peasy. Right, I do have other serums. I have a light regen, and then a stamina one for emergencies.
So this is where she lives. What a splendid house.
So how's your weekend been, Avrik? And anyone else who might be here?
Dr. Reed, welcome.
Been
How are
alright?
you?
As good as one can be, considering the circumstances.
Yes. Death and affliction seem prevailing themes of late. Please, come in. We have much to discuss.
I hope I haven't disturbed you.
Not at all. Actually, I was counting on you visiting me tonight.
How strange, this painting. Beautiful, melancholic, yet with a haunting dignity.
Indeed. A long time ago, a friend asked me to paint this for him. But I kept it in the end.
Kind of butthurt over
I
not being
did
able to
not
start a
know you
relationship
were
with
a
Seraphine.
painter,
Why
Mike.
not? What'd you
There are
do?
many things you do not know about me, young Ekon.
Please, call me Jonathan.
Please excuse my behavior, Jonathan.
You just can't? Really?
I tend to tease my friends when uneasy.
What is bothering
He
you?
teases it a lot.
Your letter was quite alarming.
We will talk about this in a few minutes. For now, I would like you to tell me about yourself. How have you been since we last met, my friend?
It's just a fling. Oh, well. I mean, yeah, he is the type.
I came to the conclusion that my maker, whoever he might be, must be a powerful vampire. Certainly extremely old.
How
I mean, there might
have
be a way to do it,
reached
you
this
just don't
conclusion?
know. Like in,
I felt this power radiating like an aura every time he appeared.
Most ancestral vampires of England were killed by the Guard of Priwen half a century ago. I wonder who your maker could be.
You have no idea who he could be?
Some of the ancient ones fled England. Some may still be in hiding. All I know is you, my friend, are a pawn in some secret and obscure game of chess.
I was telling a story, but now I'm sucked into the
He is the
dialogue.
only immortal I've seen appear in an ethereal form. His voice, his words seemed ancient. It was disturbing.
I am afraid you are right. The simple fact that your blood made Mary such a strong Ekon proves that you must be of ancient lineage.
Also, when did she drink my blood to, like,
My sister
be able to do
Mary,
that shit?
she was made a vampire in the same way I was. She was the one killing all those people everywhere I went.
Vengeance is a powerful force for those betrayed. Made vampire through careless error. Victims by surprise.
I swear I did not intend that. If only I had known then how vampires are created.
That is the scientist speaking. In truth, most of us do not know how it really works. Personally, I make sure my prey will not return to haunt me.
What do you mean?
I am merciless, Jonathan. I only feed on the dying, and I make sure they are dead before leaving their remains.
In the end, she implored me to put an end to her misery. But still, I felt I had taken her life twice.
I am so sorry for my accidental cruelty. Had I known your dear Mary was still alive, I would never have sent you to pray for her soul in that church.
There is no need to apologize, my lady. Your words have been most helpful in these difficult times.
Thank you, my friend. If only we could have guided your poor sister through her terrible nightmare.
I think I should ask the questions, your ladyship.
Yeah.
After all, it was you who invited me to settle this most urgent of matters.
Fair enough, Jonathan. The situation is critical. We do not have the luxury for etiquette.
Please do not misunderstand me. I would be delighted to discuss mundane matters and idle trivialities.
If we survive the dark nights to come, we shall have all the time in the world to speak, you and I. For now, please follow me, Jonathan.
Speaking of idle trivialities,
I
in
must
Dragon
say,
Age
your house
Origins,
is exquisite.
One of the advantages of living forever is having
trying to remember
time
his
to be
name.
selective with one's furnishings.
the name of the guy that like
liberty of
has
having
sex with
tea.
everything and he hits on you right away.
Still drink.
He's an assassin.
Can't keep it down, but I do so enjoy the aroma.
What was his
Let
name?
us toast to make believe.
I think I started with a
Of course,
Z.
to your health, Jonathan.
And to yours, my lady.
But anyways, everyone was under the
Please.
under
call
the
me Elizabeth.
Ooh, her name's Elizabeth.
So, my lady, why truly did you invite me here?
I've been asked to deliver an official invitation to meet the Ascalon Club.
Okay, I want to tell the story, but I'm like waiting for a dialogue choice, and it's just not happening. So everyone's under the assumption that it's like you can only have a fling with him, and he just leaves. Like, there's no way you can start a relationship with this guy because he shuts you down. It is in fact possible to have a relationship, like not just like a fling, but you can have a relationship with him to the point where he falls so madly in love with you, he pledges to like move heaven and hell and like follow, and ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, like fall head over heels in like madly in love with you, fully devoted. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's a way for Seraphim to like. It's kind of like, they're kind of the same archetype, where they're really flirty and openly promiscuous. You look it up, it's just a fling. Here's the thing, I did the same for Dragon Age Origins. Everyone's like, it can't be done. He exists to fuck and then leave. It's not true. It's absolutely not true. It probably says it now on the internet, but at the time, it did. No one was like, oh yeah, you can have a relationship, but there was no guides for it. But I did. I figured them out instantly. Easy peasy. Yeah, you probably botched it now. Oh, there's a dialogue. The main thing with now I want to look up his name. Forget Vampyr for a sec. I'm just gonna go Dragon Age Origins characters. Zevran, that was his name. The thing with him was, you basically had to let him dictate the pace of the relationship. If at any point you were like, hey, I want to progress this, or like, I want to hang out with you, he's like, whoa, hold on. And he's like, no, I think we can just keep our distance here. So you just kind of keep, what you do is you just mirror him. You just keep your distance. And just be like, yeah, cool, whatever. We'll just be chill. And then eventually he'll say a thing like, or he's like, I must confess, I'm starting to have actual feelings. And I was like, well, I'm the same way. He's like, oh my god, I feel so much better that you feel the same way now. And then it progresses from there. Yeah, you literally play hard to get. You fuck him, and then you play hard to get. After fucking him. Because that's like his greed. That's like how he gets to know people. It's through sex.
Who are they? Really?
They are the embodiment of vampire law in Britain.
So, Seraphim might be the same
Some say
way.
they influence the destiny of the Empire. Some believe they merely protect it.
How many are they?
Only a small number of powerful and deceitful immortals. All of them entangled in a sticky web of shadow cabinets, influencing trade.
Here's an interesting characters you can't romance.
Will they fight the guard of Priwen?
I doubt it. Fergal was Lord Redgrave's executioner forever and a day. By defeating that beast, you deprived them of a powerful weapon.
That's a dangerous pattern to be in. It's dangerous in the fact that it's guaranteed disappointment on your end. Oh, you can't be interested in me? Well, no, I really want it. It's like grass is greener on the other side that you can never have.
Why use you to contact me?
Because they know we are close. The Ascalon Club has many spies. Their main occupation is gathering information and then deciding how to use it.
Have they threatened you in any way?
Not at all. Their message surprised me at first, but it is only logical, considering the critical situation in London.
Why not ask for your help? Since you are obviously a powerful and influential immortal yourself.
You have to understand that I am invisible to the eyes of Ascalon, for I am a woman. That suits me well, as long as they leave me alone.
It's a boys' club.
Should I trust them?
Of course not. Do not misunderstand me. They can be very useful, but I believe their long-term goals differ from yours.
Why meet them then?
Because nothing truly important can be achieved in this city without their consent. They could be powerful allies in this current situation.
I'm thinking about this setup here, and it's like there's like a mild sense of intimacy. That's probably because of the fireplace in the background, but then when I think period-wise, the whole idea that like the fireplace is romantic, that's like a modern day thing because we don't need fireplaces. But back then, that's literally their source of heat. So like everyone has one. So it's just normal to have a fireplace. It heats the house. Right? So is this intimate or no?
Should I lie to them?
We all lie, Jonathan. It falls to you to choose your behavior.
If it is, I'm shutting her down
The most
immediately.
important rule is to show them due respect.
They have done nothing but impede my investigation since I became known to them. Why would they want to see me now?
I guess they now see you as Ascalon material. They must have found out what happened to your sister. Proof of the potent blood flowing through your veins.
I'm not sure I can accept their invitation. I have seen their handiwork. How Fergal the Beast imposed the club's law.
You have no choice, Jonathan. Even I would not openly defy Lord Redgrave, the chairman of the Ascalon Club.
How powerful is his reach?
The Ascalon Club may be the most influential secret society in England. Not all its members are immortals, but they are all very powerful.
They are not all immortals. How is that?
The club is mainly comprised of political figures who seek the safety and expansion of the Empire. The most loyal are awarded immortality.
Any familiar or famous names?
As the richest, most relentless British tycoon, Aloysius Dawson is considered ideal Ascalon material and has been watched for years.
I didn't know that's how you spell Aloysius.
What can you tell me about Lord Redgrave? Who is he?
Lord Redgrave is the founder and chairman of the Ascalon Club. Most mortals know him as the Earl of Bristol. He is rich and extremely influential.
Have you met him?
Only on rare occasions, for he never goes outside the club. And women are not awarded membership, even immortals.
How old is he? How long has he been a vampire?
Lord Redgrave claims to be the progeny of William Marshall, the most valiant knight who ever lived. If that is true, he could be very old.
If you are convinced I must meet him, I will heed your advice.
Thank you, Jonathan. I understand your reluctance to brush shoulders with London's vampire elite. But we have no choice.
Is the situation that critical?
Yes. The Guard of Prewen has called for a second great hunt of our kind. And they will stop at nothing to eliminate us.
What is a great hunt?
The first great hunt was launched about 75 years ago. In just a few nights, the Guard of Prewen located and destroyed most of the old British vampires.
Why start a second one?
Prewen has always seen us immortals as a threat to mankind.
I mean, we are.
My guess is they suspect one or more of us is the cause of the epidemic.
I mean, that's probably true.
How did you survive the first hunt?
I fled, Jonathan. Like most vampires who survived that slaughter. And I secretly came back when I was sure they had lost my trail.
Will the Guard of Prewen and the Ascalon Club fight each other?
I doubt it. If Prewen really launched a great hunt, I think most of the Econs I know would flee the country to escape the bloodbath.
I think I saw them kill an Econ on the way to your house. They seem to have a list with names.
To launch another great hunt, they must have collected intelligence on vampire identities and whereabouts. They are a resourceful lot.
Should we fight
I wonder if my
I will
sire
not be hunted down like an animal again.
I admire your
Prewen.
courage, Jonathan. But the best way to fight them is to put an end to the epidemic. This is the only way to clear the air.
It could be that the Ascalon Club is behind the epidemic, and my sire sired me in an attempt to cure the blood of the earth or whatever.
You should flee then. Leave London, the country even. I have seen the Guard in action. They are merciless.
Your concern warms my heart, Jonathan. But fear not.
Your cold, dead
If the
heart.
situation gets too dangerous, I shall retreat to my secret Scottish manor.
Man, I want a secret Scottish manor.
If you wish.
Thank you for the offer. I shall keep it in mind, but I have much to do here. There is a question I must ask you. Could Lord Redgrave be my maker?
Like,
I
who
doubt
wouldn't
it.
want a secret
If
Scottish
Lord
manor?
Redgrave
Let's
had
be
made
real.
you his progeny, he would not have seemed so surprised when you demonstrated the strength of your lineage.
Will I ever discover the identity of my maker?
Maybe not, Jonathan.
You know the sadness
we know
of
for sure
life?
you were made by a powerful vampire. But most of those
I only
fled
thought of
England
this
long ago.
when I was thinking about a secret Scottish manor. I keep getting a thing in the mail for, like... It's essentially like a lottery, but it's like... The grand prize is a house. On like a nice... like a brand new house on a nice property. And my first thought was, if I won this house, I couldn't afford to keep it. I was like, how sad is this? Like, I probably wouldn't be able to afford the bills. I assume there'd be no mortgage or anything, but like the property tax and stuff, like, I'll be like, I don't, like, I feel like if I actually, like, if I, it's like 25 bucks for one ticket, but it's one of those like expensive lottery things. But I was like, if I actually won this house, I would have to either sell it or turn it into a source of income. I couldn't just keep it and enjoy the house. I don't know how much the property tax would be, but I guarantee it's a lot more than I'd be willing to pay to keep it. And like live in it. I'd probably like have to own a car because it's like kind of far out. It's like not in a city. It's like near a touristy place. Get friends and rent out rooms. Yeah, I was like either like I can't just like I wouldn't be able to afford to just like have the house. I would have to like turn it into like a B&B or sell it. Which it would probably be a very successful B&B house.
Please forgive my bluntness,
but it's just sad to think, oh man, if I win this house, I can't afford to keep it.
Did you make me?
Oh,
That's the part that makes me sad.
I know you shall always have a gnawing doubt about who made you an immortal. I swear.
Like, forget having enough money to, like, do down payments for a house. Just owning a house costs so much more money. Period. Just period. Even if you have no mortgage, it still costs you money.
I had nothing to do with it.
You have no idea at all? You seem to know so many things about the secrets.
Maybe it'd be about the same as my rent now. I don't
Even
fucking know.
if I had my suspicions, I would not dare give you a name so soon. All I can say is this. I will make inquiries and keep you informed.
What is the plan?
The plan is we both try to save this city, you and I. Go to
I guess the crux of my
accept their
sadness would be
proposition,
I have to
and
actually
use their
I can't just
influence
be
to
like, oh, I have a
promote
house,
your
cool.
agenda.
I actually have to consider whether or not I can afford it.
How can I save London?
The epidemic is the priority. You must find its origin and put an end to it. This is the best way to solve the crisis.
Part of it's just unknown, because I've never actually had to pay for water, so I have no idea how much water costs.
What will you do?
Everywhere
I
I've
still
lived
have
is like, water
contacts and
included.
old
I'm
friends
like,
in this town. I shall make some inquiries and
But you get your own
attempt
house, that
to
ain't
learn
true
more of the
anymore.
situation.
You're paying for that water.
We need clarity.
One day soon, I will have to find the answer to this mystery.
And I shall help you in your research, I promise. For now, you must go to the Ascalon Club and play their game.
Will I see you again at the Pembroke Hospital?
No, you will find me here if you need me. I shall conduct inquiries alone, and we can then share our discoveries.
This is the biggest lore dump.
When will we meet again?
As soon as you meet Lord Redgrave, I suppose. Fear not, my dear. I shall only be a heart's beat away.
Will you not visit Pembroke again?
No. I must remain discreet and avoid attracting attention to Pembroke Hospital for the time being.
But how will you sustain yourself?
I shall not, Jonathan. Fear not. I'm used to it.
Paid a portion of the utilities in one of my places was around 400. Was that water and electricity or just water?
I want to thank you for all your support and your help, my lady.
Could you do me a last great favor and call me Elizabeth?
I should be honored, my lady.
Then it is settled. Finally, some good news in these dark hours.
Thank you. I appreciate the advice. I had best
Not 100%
prepare
sure.
myself to meet this Lord Redgrave now.
How thrilling to meet the Earl of Bristol in the flesh, so to speak.
Something tells me you're not very keen on the man.
Don't get me wrong. The gentlemen of the Ascalon Club are honorable, but their attitude and opinions are somewhat antiquated.
I see.
As long as they deny access to female applicants, I will leave them to their antediluvian considerations as to the natural order of things. Jonathan, promise me you'll be careful.
Of course. But
Look
why
how
the
shiny
fear
my
in
clothes
your
are.
voice?
Look at me, Jonathan.
Am I just sweating
I am.
all the way through?
I mean, really look at me, young Ekon. We may be deceptive by nature, but this heart of mine has always told the truth.
Elizabeth.
to me soon.
I feel nothing for you. How fast does blood actually travel through your body? And like, how much blood is your heart pumping, like, per pump? That's something I've never known. Like, how long does it take to go from like your heart to like, say your foot, because that's like the farthest away. From your heart to your foot, back to your heart again. How long does that take? Or like heart to brain to heart. Or, yeah.
So, time to visit the Ascalon Club.
Yes. I just got to thinking, because it's like you can see like the pulse of like the veins sticking out. I'm like, how much blood and how long is it taking? You sever an artery in your left arm, you can bleed out in a minute or so. I mean, yeah, that's to lose your blood. But like, it's got to be less than a minute though. Like to go from your foot to your brain. It's got to be like, I don't know, it's weird because like you don't feel the motion of the blood through your body, right? So like you can't just like pay attention, be like, look at your arm and like pay attention. It's like, do I feel the movement? Like you don't feel the movement, but it is constantly moving. Like I'm thinking like, let's say, let's set on like your brain. Is it like round trip ticket? Time to travel. Let's. This is a Googleable. Oh, this is where we turn to Google.
I cannot enter.
There's a new hideout. I need to make some things. We just had this long ass conversation with her. Oh, there's dialogue there too. Probably that hideout that the game was telling me about. Alright, let's go see what the dialogue is. I feel my blood flow when I think about it. Mostly just, yeah, it's mostly just your pulse. Like, you're feeling your pulse. But, like, how much blood is passing with every pulse? I have to go see these side dialogues. I mean, I don't have to, but I want to. I want to. Dun, dun, I want to. And I can loot her house. It's a silver lining. I didn't even get to see upstairs.
It's locked.
Like, if you had a house this size, how much of, like, these random spaces would you ever end up using? I guess it'd be good for, like, hosting parties, because you have lots of areas to be. Most of this old furniture does not look comfortable, though. I imagine it wasn't.
Hello again.
Some of the chairs, sure, but
To what do I owe the pleasure of your
most
visit?
couches and
Sorry
stuff.
to disturb you again, but could you spare me a few minutes?
Of course, my dear. Always a pleasure to speak with you.
They're probably I bet you, like, people like 100 years ago, they had healthier backs than we do today. Because they had to have, like,
Do you think we
tougher
shall ever
backs.
see better days?
They didn't have all this
Or at
cush
least
to, like,
better nights?
I know not, Jonathan.
you know,
I have seen some
enable
horrid
bad
days
posture.
in my long lifetime. Experience has taught me that one cannot outrun the fates.
Also just more physical labor in everyday life.
When all of this is over, the war and the epidemic, we could leave the city for a while. Travel around Europe, you and I.
Traveling is always so complicated for us poor creatures of the night. But yes, I would be glad to travel the world with you, my dear.
Will you tell me your story one day, Lady Ashbury?
One of them, perhaps. I have had so many lives, Jonathan. Eternity may not be enough to relate them all.
Concerning your investigation,
Yes?
are you truly seeking to identify my maker?
I cannot promise you anything, but yes. I am conducting some research of my own.
Do you know if the epidemic has affected many people in the West End?
I confess I've been more concerned by events in the East End. The wealthy have more efficient ways of dealing with infection.
But this is no common epidemic.
That is true. I must tell my daughter to stay at home for a few days, but the girl is stubborn and fiercely independent, much like her mother.
Was she being cheeky, or did she actually have, like,
Goodbye,
a daughter?
Elizabeth.
Can't believe I looted so little. Seemed like a perfect place to have a shit ton of stuff. Why didn't it open the diary? Speed read. Oh, she does legit have a daughter. She's all mad that her mom won't make her an immortal. There's a bit in here about, like, campaigning votes for women. And it really makes you... I don't know exactly when it started. But I'm guessing around this time period where women, like, lobbying for the right to vote started really early, and it took them, like, 50, 60 years for it to actually happen. It's kind of nuts when you think about it. Guess she's adopted, maybe. Maybe it said that in the diary. I kind of sped read it, so I missed some details, for sure. I don't care enough. That diary was too long. Alright, there's... Who is it? Is it Swansea? Yeah, it's Swansea. Let's go talk to Swansea. So where are we on the blood thing? Two and a half fluid ounces per beat. Dad's a big one with glowing eyes. I'm gonna avoid that. This way's faster anyway. Alright, so we know the amount.
Hello again, Mr. Blight.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Are you concerned about the living conditions in the city?
Of course I am. I'll be stuck here for as long as Oswald
So
refuses
how
to go
long,
to
how
hospital.
fast does it move?
And, unfortunately, it seems the violence is rising.
What kind of violence?
I believe people have armed themselves and started to attack those that show signs of contagion.
Goodbye, Mr. Blight.
I'm also trying to visualize 2.5 fluid ounces. That's a decent... That's like as much water as I have in this glass, I think.
Get over here now!
Check my heart rate. That's not telling me how... That involves a shit ton of math. I can't be bothered to, like, do a formula. What's the formula? And I'm not trying to figure out the mass. I just want to know the speed. Like how speed will give me a time. If it travels through your body at so and so inches per second or per minute or whatever, then you can be like, okay, so then it takes so and so long to get to the brain and back. Knowing my heart rate's not going to tell me.
Jonathan. Back from the city already? How is the situation over there?
Tense, to say the least.
I am sure every obstacle will cede to your relentless determination. In the meantime, can I be of any help?
You have no idea how much a fluid ounce is. I only remember it because every time I make chili, I have my this is a very specific reason. Every time I make chili, I have my grandma's old recipe, and one of the things is 14 fluid ounce can of Campbell's tomato soup. However, never have I ever seen a 14 ounce can of Campbell's tomato soup. It's only ever been like either 9 or 11, or whatever the smaller sizes, or like a big 20 ounce one. I've never seen a 14 ounce ever in my entire fucking life, and this recipe calls for 14 ounces, and I'm just like, I guess I'm just gonna put two. I just put 2 cans in now. I put in like 23 instead of what the recipe says, because it's like it's a can and a half, like not like a can and a third. I'm like, what is this?
What can you tell me about the Great Hunt?
And so I just kind of extrapolate from those cans.
Tragic, in fact. The Brotherhood was betrayed by some of its most trusted members.
So you imagine like the bottom like 1/8 of one of those little ones? That's probably per heartbeat.
Why was it a tragedy?
Not only did the Guard of Priwen hunt down and kill most ancient vampires of England, they also destroyed or confiscated their possessions. Priceless knowledge was lost in just a few nights.
Tell me about the betrayal.
The founders of the Guard of Priwen stole precious and unique documents and reports from the Brotherhood's library when they left. They used them to identify and locate their next targets.
I like Swansea's music.
What can you tell me about Lord Redgrave?
Oh, the legendary founder of the Ascalon Club. I'm afraid I cannot help you with that, Jonathan.
It's like an earthly Mass Effect song. Like if you take that Mass Effect song, it should be like, hey, instead of space, we're on Earth. That's basically what this song is.
So you do know him?
All the Brotherhood knows about him is highly confidential. He is
the song.
dangerously intimate with the royal family and Britain's inner circles.
Are you afraid of him? Is he that dangerous?
No,
but
you don't know the song?
Since most ancient vampires were killed or fled England during the Great Hunt of 1850, he may be the oldest British vampire. A myth in the flesh, so to speak.
Did you know that Lady Ashbury is?
I don't know if it's in all of them, but it's definitely in.
Well, actually, yes.
I want to say definitely Mass
I
Effect
attended
2.
an exhibition of her paintings before the war.
When you're like looking through the galaxy
Beautiful
map.
landscapes and stunning portraits. I wish I had purchased one.
Perhaps we could go to her next exhibition, you and I.
What a beautiful idea, Jonathan. Did you know she told me once she had been a model for famous painters? But she never told me which ones.
You only got halfway through 2. I got halfway through. I played 1, 2, and then I got halfway through the 3rd, and I just stopped for some reason.
Return later.
I think I just burnt
Thank
out
you,
because I was
Rick.
playing them one after the other. And I just kind of stopped, and then I never went back to it for some reason. So I never actually saw the end. So the ending that everyone was fucking mad about, I don't even know what it is. I actually have no idea how that trilogy ends. Both originally and like the new ending they came out with afterwards.
We were supposed to be
I know why. I know the reasons why people were mad, because it boiled down to like a single binary choice that had no bearing on anything that you had done previously. Like you could have done anything. You could have made any choice, and like the final choice for like how the game ends had nothing to do with anything you'd done up to for the entire trilogy. And people were like, "What the fuck?" And for all I know, it had like absolutely no detail to it either. Because in the second one, you do like this Rambo suicide quest, where at any point people can survive or die based on how you perform in the quest throughout, because everyone splits up and does their own objective. And so like The final outcome is like more or less the same. Like you will succeed, because if you don't succeed, it's game over. Like you will succeed, but like who lives through it can vary dramatically. And I'm guessing they didn't do that for the third one. Because it would have been just a repeat of Mass Effect 2. And everyone got fucking pissed about it. I have no idea how they fixed it either. Has 6 quarts of blood in 3 times a minute. Okay, so translate that to speed and time travel. I guess someone who's good at math can figure it out from there. How long it takes for blood to go from your heart to your brain. I mean, I don't even have to fight, really. Oh, I do now. Or do I? Is he not aggro? Or he does aggro? Why do you aggro? So why do they fucking hurt so much? Oh, I should have gone to like a workbench and make some fuck, what are they called? My injectable items. Syringes. I forgot to remake some syringes and shit. Whatever. I got blood, it's fine. Until I run into a boss fight. I'm like stuck in walking mode? What am I supposed to be witnessing? That shit down there?
That was the vampire I saw earlier. This war takes no prisoners.
Yes. And that vampire never stops.
It's locked, all right.
Alright, I'm pretty locked into whatever route I'm in right now. So I can come back and unlock all these doors from the other side. Unlocking the door from the other side. Yeah. Got one. Oh, this is the one to light Whitechapel. Ooh, very nice, very nice. Very nice.
The West End. Never have I felt so sad to be back home.
Oh, I almost got the stealth thing. Alright, he dead. Yeah. I like that combo. Stagger him, and then you do the whole shadow tendril. Blade shadow, blade.
It's locked.
God damn it. Thing's locked from my side. Blood is a different velocity depending on the part of the circulatory system. Yeah, I figured.
The Ascalon Club. The heart of British vampire society. Not quite as subtle as I expected.
I know that. Oh, this is okay. We reached the citizens section. I also know it matters. I also know gravity has quite the effect as well. So.
Good evening, miss.
Oh my god, no. Please, Mr. Vampire, don't kill me. Please, no. I'm too young to die. I still have so much to offer this world.
Wait, no. Why do you think I would... What?
Don't worry, Dr. Reed. I know you wouldn't harm me. Mother told me you were in this part of town and might drop by.
Your mother?
My name is Charlotte, sir.
Oh,
Charlotte
she is
Ashbury.
adopted.
My mother taught me long ago how to recognize the signs that betray a vampire.
I understand she also taught you how to tease and gently mock innocent young Ekons. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Charlotte.
0.03 centimeters per second to 40 centimeters per second. Ah, okay. Which one's the low end and which one's the high end? Because 40 is like... I can show it on camera. 40 is a little bit longer than my forearm, I think. I do have rulers and shit, but... 0.03 a second is pretty slow.
Tell me about your adoption.
What do you want to know?
Who are your real parents?
Elizabeth Ashbury is my real mother.
What is the aorta?
She
Okay.
raised me
That
and
makes
has
sense.
taken care of me all my life. I have no idea who my progenitors are or were.
Do you live with her?
I still spend a
Progenitors?
lot of time in my mother's mansion, but I have my own house now. I have a life to live, you see. And one day, I'll have my death to face.
How did you meet Lady Ashbury?
First, I was an orphan in the institution for girls she manages in the West End. When I was
0.03
10,
is the capillaries.
she
Okay.
adopted me, and I have lived with her ever since.
Did you know she was a vampire when she picked you?
The correct word is Ekon, Doctor. And no, I had no idea why my mother only showed up at night. She told me everything when I turned 16, though I suspected the truth for a long time before that.
What do you think about this part of town?
I was raised here, and I suppose it feels like home. You grew up in this part of town too, did you not?
So it's sounding like the question that I'm asking, how long does it take, is it's a very complex, it's actually a very complex answer. Because I wasn't thinking about it when I asked the question, but thinking about it now, it does make sense that, like, you know, the aorta has like a big burst of speed and then it slows down from there as it spreads farther away. And then it slowly comes back. Or I guess it gets pushed back more than anything else. So being able to answer that question, it's like you kind of just have to know that answer. Because figuring that out mathematically is not easy.
I was born a few streets away.
When you have a changing
small
velocity.
World, is it not? Did you ever imagine that my mother was your neighbor all that time? That you could have met her in a dark alley?
Vena
at
cava.
night?
Yeah, vena
You
cava are
won't
the
take
typical
me
veins and
twice,
arteries,
lady.
so like the middle ones.
We both know Lady Ashbury never hunts or attacks prey at random.
Come on, Doctor. Don't tell me you never thought about that possibility. Her fangs on your neck. Oh, are you blushing, Dr. Reed?
No, I'm not. I don't want your mother.
Is there something that's bothering you?
I may
Too
have to
much
eat you just for
selfishness
this.
and individualism for my taste, even when there was no epidemic.
Even if that's partly true, may I remind you that many charitable institutions are financed by the selfish and filthy rich.
I suppose you're right. But society must reform and renew itself, or we are all done for.
What are you doing out here?
You mean, what do I do outside at night since I am a woman? Let me ask you a question, sir. Would you ask the same question of a man?
Actually, yes. I ask the same question to everyone who dares to go outside at night, considering the risks.
Well, if you must know, I campaign for the right to vote for all women.
Should be pissed if I
Why
had a
should I
daughter.
wait to the age
Yeah.
of 30 years when men can vote at 21?
Are you a suffragette, then? Oh, you really are.
I think she'd be even more pissed if I turned it
Without
into
a
a
doubt.
vampire.
All adult women have the right to vote in the US, in New Zealand, and in Australia. But women here can't vote unless they are property owners.
No need to convince me, Miss Charlotte.
Wait, was
I
that
have
true?
shared your opinion for a long time. Even before I met Emmeline Pankhurst.
Really? Oh.
That sounds like a
Now
thing
I
that
see
was
why
true.
My mother appreciates you so much. Too bad there aren't more men like you in the vicinity.
And the only way women owned property back then is when all the males in the family died and they were the only ones left.
How are the locals reacting to your claims?
People here can't wait for a wall to be built to isolate the West End from the rest of town. That's how progressive they are. If this happens, Emily and I will blow it up.
Explosives are very dangerous, young lady. And who is this Emily?
She is my best friend, and a suffragette too. She was supposed to campaign with me tonight, but hasn't turned up.
Have you any reason to be worried about her?
Recently, Emily started to believe in... well, she got interested in vampires. I'm afraid she might be in trouble.
Let me guess. You spoke to her about us, didn't you? Despite your mother's warning. I think I should try to find your friend.
Oh, that would be top-notch. I can tell you where she might have gone. You have my thanks, Dr.
Positively
Reed.
top notch.
And please, don't tell my mother.
What exactly has your mother told you about me?
I wonder
Your
how
name,
high my
profession,
mesmerized is gonna get.
obviously, and the mystery about your maker. I'm sorry to hear about what happened to your sister, sir. Mother says it was not your fault.
Does it not scare you to know what I am? What your mother is?
Why should it? My mother is the most compassionate woman. Must I be wary of her, Dr. Reed? Or you?
Maybe.
Perhaps it's wise for a mortal never to totally trust a vampire. Your mother herself told me that we Ekon are creatures of deception. Maybe it's because we seem so... alive.
That may be true for a naive girl, but I have the best teacher when it comes to getting rid of an insistent immortal.
Your mother is not like any other vampire I've met.
I believe she thinks the same about you, Dr. Reed.
Yes. Gently. Quietly. This is how a life is taken. I wish I could do that deep, gravelly voice. That'd be so satisfying.
Why do you still hope to become a vampire in spite of your mother's refusal?
It's the immortal aspect of vampires that interests me. The world won't improve unless women take charge. I'm convinced of that.
You're obviously a clever woman with a good education and a brilliant future. But have you thought about the price?
Kinda hot. What, the deep voice? The deep, gravelly voice?
The loneliness, the necessary masquerade.
Is that in general, or is that specific to the Darkest Dungeon narrator?
And make it a better place. One needs time on one side.
They did find the perfect person for that. Just like, great is the weapon that cuts on its own. It's just like, oh, the perfect person.
Do you know why Lady Ashbury chose
In
you
general?
to become her daughter?
No, I don't. Each time I ask her that question, she smiles and says it's precisely because I dare to ask such questions.
Do you ever regret that she chose you?
Of course not. Though I often wonder if she adopted others before me. If so,
Have a nice voice.
where are
It's
they
not very
buried?
deep, but thank you.
How was it for them to pass through life with a never-aging
I can't do that like
mother?
that gravelly. I can't do gravelly deep. I can do gravelly when I'm like losing my voice, and it's just gravelly by default.
Your mother has refused to turn you into a vampire. Tell me more about it.
Each time we argue, Mother expresses the same fear. She wants me to remain alive and full of joy, rather than become melancholy and immortal. She claims you can't have one without the other. It's pure selfishness.
It's your mother's choice. As daughters and sons, we have to accept the decisions our parents make for us despite our own wishes.
I love my mother, and have
That
accepted
stops at some point,
everything
though.
from her. Even that she named me Charlotte, when it was not my original name.
Does it bother you?
No. Whoever I was when I was born, I am now Charlotte Ashbury. It hurts as much as it makes me proud to know that's the name my mother will read on my tombstone.
Your mother has walked this earth for much longer than you or I. She is wise, and we should not ignore her advice when we disagree with it.
But why shouldn't I be allowed to forge my own experience? There can't be only one righteous way to deal with eternity.
Tell me, Charlotte, how do you plan to achieve eternal life, since you've obviously given it a lot of thought?
I won't give up. You have no idea how determined I am, sir. I may contract a deadly disease. I may throw myself under a carriage just to be saved by her sweet kiss.
That's a disturbing answer, young lady. And the worst part of it is, I know you speak the truth.
There are less dangerous ways, Doctor. Instead of throwing myself under a horse like Emily Davison, I could just throw myself into your arms.
You could. Be very careful, though.
Be careful what you wish for, young lady. I could gaze at you right now and then take you to a shady corner and have my way with you. And leave your carcass to the rats.
You wouldn't dare. My mother would know. She'd never forgive you.
How could she suspect me? Do you know how many vampires are lurking in the city tonight as we speak? Vampires with a worse sense of humor than mine.
Oh, my God. For one second, I thought you actually... Excellent, Dr. Reed. Very convincing.
Yeah, yeah, and then her face afterwards. Yeah, it's very convincing because it was true. One time when I was sick, it sounded like I was in some kind of grandma who smoked at least one pack of cigarettes a day. Yeah, that happened. That does happen sometimes when you get sick. But most of the time, you just get stuffy. You get super nasal voice.
Goodbye, Charlotte.
But occasionally, you do get that deep,
Give my best
the
regards
deep
to your mother when you
sexiness.
see her.
She's been quite busy these last few nights. I suspect you may see her before me.
I don't think I've had that ever. Maybe once in my entire life, where it actually like deepened my voice and didn't just become even more nasal than it already is.
Good evening, sir. Please forgive me for disturbing you. I'm a doctor.
I never judge a man by his title, but by his attitude. And you are not disturbing me at all. I am Calhoun Russell, and I welcome you.
Well, I must admit, it's good to receive a warm welcome for once.
You're like
I'm
21, 22 at work.
I'm Jonathan Reed.
Welcome, Dr. Reed. Welcome to my humble shop.
A shop, you say?
What can you tell me about this place?
I recently found the best steak and kidney pie in the city. I'd be glad to share the address if you want.
Finding a good restaurant? Is that really all that interests you?
Oh, I have many passions, but nothing brings me ecstasy like subtle and exquisite flavors from my teeth to my belly.
Is the kidney steak and kidney pie kidney beans or actual kidney of like a pig or something?
I must confess, I have quite specific tastes when it comes to nutrition.
Really? Well, I'm always happy to try new exotic meals. If you ever find an intriguing table, please share the address.
How is the situation in this part of town?
Life is good and peaceful. We're lucky to live in such an era of progress and wonders.
Are you not concerned about the epidemic?
Oh, I'm sure the authorities would take the appropriate measure if the danger were that high.
You cannot expect the newspapers to expose the truth while the war is still raging.
It is actual kidney?
The situation here is desperate.
Like pig kidney or cow kidney?
But I can't believe that things are that bad.
Or just whatever kidney you have available?
Sure you're not exaggerating a bit.
It's probably
The
cow
thrill of
kidney.
it?
If I had to guess. Because, you know, steak and kidney you might as well get from the same animal.
Is it not a little too late to be trading?
On the contrary, it is the perfect hour. Believe me, my friend, it is always at night that you meet the most fascinating characters.
Varies, okay. Typically beef, lamb, or pork.
But what about the epidemic?
Alright, that sounds like just whatever is
Bombs and
available.
raids, and all the random violence.
Please, sir. This is London, England. We will prevail. And if a bomb must fall on my shop, then I'll be there to hear it falling.
So you prefer to work at night?
Oh, I also enjoy a sunny day like everybody else.
I don't.
But the night always has a certain je ne sais quoi of its own.
I see bright ass sun, I'm like, fuck, I ain't going outside.
Do you have any family nearby?
Not since my parents died. I'm London's lone gourmet.
Really? But you seem to be such a pleasant and sociable fellow.
I'm afraid the real hedonist has to be sometimes. I discovered ecstasy as a solitary pleasure, but it does not mean it can't ever be shared.
London's lone gourmet. What a strange
You
title.
could probably
I used that name in my
put
early
people kidney in
years
if you
when I
wanted
was
to.
a
I
film
don't know,
critic.
just because there's
And I
someone who would use one. I mean, whatever's available. Like, there is significantly less kidney in, like, all three animals as opposed to how much meat they have. So,
I may have a look at...
ooh, he's got lots of blue shit. I can't, like, a foot. These cost like 100 each. I'll buy one of each. I bought 2 of these already, so I'm gonna get another blade. Oh, it's a handle. It's a tiny. Never mind, it's a handle. Fuck.
Women's right to vote is only the first step. Women die too in this war.
Oh, it's Charlotte. She went from there to there. Okay.
All countries unite.
Good evening, sir. May I have your attention, please?
Come on, Johnny. Don't you recognize your oldest friend?
Clarence. Clarence Crossley. How are you? My God. So you survived the war too. So sorry I didn't recognize you at first.
I almost didn't recognize you either. War does that to men, I heard. In my case, it was true, for I witnessed the horror that lies underneath.
Am I always just standing on a box, or am I always just so much taller than everyone else?
When did you escape the war and return to London?
You
Like,
know
look at
what's
this.
funny? I almost never think about the war. Not anymore.
He barely comes up to my nose.
I'm involved in another kind of battle now.
I know what you mean. I haven't had much time to think about the war either since my return.
Of course.
Might be on something sometime. I was when I was talking to Milton. I found out I was just actually standing on a thing.
Want to sound selfish.
I'm still taller than Milton, but
What is this new battle?
not
I
that
saw
much taller.
terrible things during the war. Horrors I thought I'd forget. They're here too. They're everywhere. Vampires.
How is your wife, Venus?
We've spent so much time away from each other. And so many things have happened.
But you're alive. You returned in one piece and you have a family. How many soldiers can say the same?
Believe me, it's not quite that simple. Unlike you, I'm not the man I used to be.
Is everything all right at home? Surely Venus was relieved to see you return from France in one piece.
Have you forgot what people are like in this part of town, Johnny? Venus fears for our family reputation. Now her husband has become the village idiot.
I didn't treat the other one's fatigue. My God.
You need some rest, Clarence. You should try to sleep.
Women's right to vote is only the first
She was
step.
healthy, right? Yeah.
Support the equality between men and women.
Good evening.
Do you need...
You would say...
Don't...
Okay.
Goodbye.
All right.
Women of all countries unite. Support the
Some have the thing for migraines.
men and women. Women die too in this
Oh.
Such an evil thing.
Reed's
Oh,
mansion.
Miss Reed.
As in my mansion?
Good evening, Avery.
Mr. Jonathan, I can't believe my own eyes. Oh, you have come back too late, sir. Far too late.
I know, Avery. I know about Mary and my mother.
I'm so sorry. It was my duty to watch over her. She left the house in the middle of the night. The police said...
It's all right, Avery.
The police said her body was found near your sister's grave in Whitechapel. You're the master of the house now. I'd understand if you fired me, sir.
I'm sorry I could not be here for Mary's funeral.
Your mother was strong, sir, but your support would have been appreciated. Apart from the priest and I, no one else attended your sister's funeral.
To be present at the funeral with you both was my dearest wish, Avery. But I'm sorry, I simply could not attend.
I would not dare to question your absence, Mr. Jonathan. All I can say is that we missed you a great deal during these difficult days.
What is the situation in this part of town?
For a time, the West End seemed spared by the epidemic. But the situation is getting much worse.
Have you no relatives anywhere? I'll understand if you want to take a few days to see family.
Your father managed to guarantee my earnings as long as I take care of this house, sir. My sisters are dead, and I've never met my nephews. I'll stay, sir.
How many people legitimately have butlers? Still. Like a butler.
How was life in this house?
Because my understanding of a butler is they kind of...
Miss Mary moved here in July.
They manage the
after
house.
She lost her baby and husband.
More or less.
So I stayed to serve both her and your mother.
They're like they're the main greeter of guests. And they like direct the rest of the staff. There's always more staff. Like you never have just a butler. There's a staff and then the butler is like part of your staff. How many people still have butlers, or they just have staff? And just like whoever's available takes care of like greeting and stuff like that.
How was my mother?
Miss Reed was very frail. After Miss Mary was found dead, your mother started talking to herself. She said she was speaking to the dead. She even said that she had seen you.
How was Mary?
Miss Mary went out looking for you every night after you had written to say that you were coming back. She was sure you were alive. She'll never know she was right.
Find a bit of info for Piggy too. There are NPC relationships in it. Oh?
What are the arrangements for my mother's funeral?
There will be no funeral, sir. No ceremony whatsoever. Because of the sanitary situation.
Where is her body, then?
I'm afraid your mother's body was moved to a mass grave somewhere. I have no other information. Civil service is paralyzed, sir. And London is crumbling down.
Do you need
I what?
Here is your prescription.
Thank you very...
Thank you, Avery.
Oh,
We'll
yeah.
talk later.
Hold on.
Your
I totally missed one whole
bedroom is
side.
ready as always. Oh, could... Yes, sir.
They did all this. Yeah, I was too busy with
Tell me the truth.
too busy with gods and politics
you
to like
feel
bother with
forced to stay
romantic relationships
Would
in
you
PoE
leave
2.
this house without the arrangement made by my father?
No, sir. I have nowhere else to go. And I promised your father I'd take care of his family as long as I live.
This house is dead, Avery.
Oh, you mean like NPCs having relationships with each other?
You should consider leaving.
If only you could have been here sooner or more often.
Oh.
Maybe this house would not be that empty. But you're here now, sir. So my task is not over.
I thought you meant like random, like not allies or like character friends. I thought you meant like your character could have relationships with like the shopkeeper of a certain place or something. You could, like, get to know them. I thought that's what you meant.
You have served this family extremely well, Avery. Your support during these terrible times is much appreciated.
Then I will stay. All I ask is that you take care of my own funeral if I die before the end of the epidemic. No mass grave, please, sir.
Do you really think I neglected my mother, Avery?
Yes.
I see.
Dang.
Well, please go on. Speak freely. It's not as if there is anything left.
He didn't even immediately offer like caveats or
Just
anything.
like
Just
your
yes.
father. You always had this capacity to focus only on what interests
No, yes,
you.
because, or yes, and, just
It
yes.
surely helped you become a great doctor, but not such a great son.
Thank you, Avery. We'll talk later.
Your bedroom is ready as all.
Alright, he's the perfect person to eat when I get mesmerized for.